What's up, my boiii?
From that city with juice, ain't no pity or truces. When we dip and gun smoke's conclusive. Don't act clueless, hella foolish in the 90s. And GP shotgun when we ride. Solid on the yard, name hard on these streets. Dim my crimes, gangster rhymes on dope beats. Still fuck laws, ain't no pause in our demeanor. Rest in peace, Muggsy and my road dog creeper. Ways to put it down, no fear of new cases. Years ago, though, it was guns and chases. 714 on my shoulders, kept it active. Roll like soldiers, G-code ain't passive. Still macking ratchet, still packed at the waist. Still stacking racks, still flash when they hate. Now it's podcasts and videos with pretty hoes. Me and George banging orange till the city's known, really though.
OG way. We keep it moving smooth like every day. Every day. They gonna know that homie, we don't play. It's going down for sure, for sure.
Real G's in this industry.
So they gon' know how we do it on these streets for sure. Streets for sure. We make that green, don't you know, loco? We making moves all day, all day, all day, all day.
Grew up in the streets of the LB. We don't love these hoes, what they tell me. Packed up and moved to the OC. Me and George ballin' like Shaq and Kobe. Fuck bitches, get money, living wealthy. Bad bitches screaming, let me get a selfie. Big stop, GP, some real G's. Side dick is the general of an army. XG podcasting in the morning. Don't say F, here's your warning. That other bullshit be boring. With some goofy ass question that's corny. Tommy, let me finish my story. Shooting shots, game 6, rubber orange. Smoking blunts in the bus while I'm touring. Now welcome to George Perez Stories.
OG way. We keep it moving smooth like every day. Every day. They gonna know that homie, we don't play. It's going down for sure, for sure.
Real G's in this industry.
So they gon' know how we do it on these streets for sure. Streets for sure. We make that green, don't you know, loco? We making moves all day, all day, all day, all day.
Welcome to the George Perez Stories.
What's up, my boy? George Perez right here of George Perez Stories, episode 287. Once again, guys, George Perez Stories is brought to you by JB's Tree Service Landscape and Installation. Look, guys, are you getting harassed by gophers that have tattoos, butterflies that just chase the birds out the lawn? If your grass looks like the lawn from Boys in the Hood, hit up JB's Tree Service Landscape and Installation. They do sprinklers, stump removal, tree removal, irrigation, tree trimming, plants, everything. Hit up my boys at JB's Tree Service Landscape and Installation at JMBARRIOS 12 on Instagram. I know, guys, I'm a little sweaty and I'm excited. We have super talent in the building tonight, and X to the G. Would it be? How do you feel, brother?
I was like, he ain't talking about me.
I know.
No, I'm excited too. I'm excited too, dog. This is, you know, some milestones for us.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, from East LA, Juan.
Via Long Beach.
East LA, via Long Beach.
Via San Diego.
Via San Diego. Hey, Southern California. He's Chicano. They moved everywhere. Give it up for our new guest, our new friend, Juan Escobedo. Escobedo?
Or however you want to say it. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. That's how usually I tell people and they remember it.
That's what's up, Juan. Welcome to the podcast. Give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Also, to the side, back for part 2. Fresh from parole. Ladies and gentlemen, Popeye is in the building.
Yeah.
Right. What's up, my boy?
The awesome part is Carlos reached out to me and he goes, hey, man, you got to have my boy Juan on the podcast. How do you guys know each other? What's the history between you guys?
We kept seeing each other at different screenings. And then one day I was like, oh man, I need to talk to that guy because I'm shooting a film called Blaxican, which has been in the process for 2 years, I think, a year and a half.
Okay.
And I was a little, intimidated because this is Popeye, and I wasn't ready to give up the chonchon. So I was like, But I got the courage, and I went and talked to him, and I gave him my card, and I talked to him about Blaxican, and he was all in. So that's how we met.
Where was this at? Like,
this was during the screening of Papi Chulo with Alejandro Patiño at the Sunset Theater. I don't know what it's called.
The Sundance Theater up at
on Sunset next to the comedy
store.
Yeah.
Okay. And I forgot to mention, you're a screenwriter, photographer, director, promoter. You also fix cars on Sundays.
No, I do ceramics. I don't fix cars. I do ceramics on Saturdays and Sundays to release all the stress for the week.
I took ceramics in high school.
I love ceramics, man. I'm hooked on ceramics.
Yeah.
Get your hands dirty and,
Do white girls show up like Demi Moore in the movie, like Ghost?
No, I don't have that, whatever that thing's called. I don't have one of those. The wheel, right?
Yeah.
The wheel.
To throw
you throw on the wheel and you spin and you got Patrick Swayze in the back. No, I don't do that yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I do homies with lipstick tattoos.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Like my tío.
Like a deal, yeah. Well, I don't know your deal, but
Do you know what those lips signify?
I have no idea, but I really like the way they look.
Yeah. Hey,
So what does that signify?
Well, so when you're in prison, it's kind of like you're like a vaca. Your lady's branding you now. Like I did 3 years on my last term, and my girlfriend was like, "Hey, you want to put your lips on here?" And I was like, "You got little lips. They're gonna think I like vatos.
Yeah.
Like if you had bigger lips, I'd do it, babe. But your lips are so little, so it's like a stamp. It's like signifying."
Oh, from your lady.
Yeah.
Oh,
a branding
okay.
type of
Yeah.
branding. Yeah. Well, I did one with the lips kind of way back here because I didn't have enough space here. And then somebody's like, "What the fuck, dude? The guy's getting kissed from behind." Like the choncho, I was like, oh, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh shit, maybe I should move the lip forward more. Yeah. So yeah, that was kind of.
So wait a minute, you put these lips on your ceramics, or
right here, and I make them ball like George.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just a little bust.
Yeah.
And they look great.
Yeah. No, I've seen some of your recent work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I put one back here, and a friend of mine is like, dude, I don't know if you want to do that.
Yeah, I never seen him in the back.
I never seen him, but by mistake, I put one in the back.
No, hey, it's cool. We're evolving.
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
So I do ceramics, to just kind of, I don't know, just release the stress and
it's a balance,
week,
brother.
Yeah, all week, it's like film, kids, and photography, and whatever else they throw at me, and then on the weekends I just do ceramics and just chill in the backyard.
You might have been asked this a lot, but I feel like I'm going to ask you different. For raza, for Chicanos, for Latinos, getting to be a screenwriter and a filmmaker is such like it's hard. I think it's harder than that. It's harder to be a screenwriter and filmmaker than it is to be a citizen. Am I lying? Where's the ambition come from? Where's this first break come from? What first film or feature got you in where they're like, "Hey, Juan, come in"?
Yeah. So the way I got started, I did theater at Cal State LA, and I did a lot of plays, not like Carlos, but I did a lot of plays, mostly Lorca and the Spanish plays.
Guess Lorca.
Federico Garcia Lorca.
Yeah.
He is a very, very well-known Spanish playwright from the 30s, 40s.
1920s, 40s, yeah.
Damn, I gotta
20s,
catch
30s,
up.
40s. And it's just kind of a sad story because he was a gigantic talent. He wrote maybe his most famous work is Blood Wedding.
Wow.
And the House of Bernardo Alba and all that kind of stuff. It's really cool stuff. You'd like it. Check
Would
it
you
out.
say he's like a Latin Shakespeare?
Yeah, I would say that.
He's up there. He's up there. He's definitely in the classics in the pantheon. And for Latinos, it's kind of like a must stop. If you're doing theater, Lorca. And I'm sorry, it's your story.
No, I forgot a lot about Lorca because I haven't picked up the plays in a while. But in college, that's what I did. I did theater, graduated from college, and back then you didn't have internet in the early 90s.
No, I remember. I was in high school.
Yeah, so I was like, well, what do I do now with a theater arts degree? And I tried doing the extra work, the acting, and it wasn't happening. So what I did is I got into nonprofit. And what I was doing HIV prevention with STD prevention and teen pregnancy prevention and gang prevention. All the preventions that the kids need, that's what I was doing.
Okay.
And I didn't know anything about HIV prevention, HIV or AIDS. And I went in for the interview and I said, give me the script, because I was used to reading scripts and memorizing and, you know, getting the character. And they gave me like all the information on HIV prevention, AIDS, HIV, AIDS, STDs. So then I memorized everything. I went in, did my performance, which was basically a presentation, and they gave me the job. I did it in Spanish and English. Oh, wow. And they said, you're hired. And that's what I did for a long time. I worked with day laborers at Home Depot, at all the construction warehouse places. I would go in, talk to them about STDs, HIV.
Los polleros?
Los polleros?
That's what Mexicans call them, the people at Home Depot that stand there and they get a job. You were
That's
talking
a
to them?
new name, yeah. That's a new name. Back then we didn't have that
Polleros,
name.
yeah.
Polleros.
Yeah, it's someone that just stands outside Home Depot waiting to get picked up for a job. Un pollero. So
wow.
you would talk to them about
I would
STDs?
talk to them about STDs, yeah. Yeah, I would sit there in the parking lot or in the corner, wherever, with condoms in one bag. Later on, it was little testing kits that you did for HIV on the other side. With two other ladies that would train me, that trained me. And I did that for a long time. And out of that, doing all that work, we were also going to the streets in Pomona on mission. And that would be up until
street.
It's a crazy street, yeah. So that would be like at midnight. We would go out there.
They have
and
a lot of prostitution.
Talk to the sex workers. Yeah, talk to the
junkies,
the injection drug users.
My bad, I just said junkies, like injection.
No, that's okay. I've used prostitutes, and I get corrected all the time. They're like, they're sex workers.
If they don't have a social security, I don't think they're sex workers.
But you know, out of respect, right, for the profession.
I mean, I deal with it every day where I work right now. I DJ at a strip club in the daytime.
You did say that, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like a union sex worker. There's rules where I work.
Okay.
We have
So the strippers have a union as well? Or?
Yeah, well, no, but we're like the club that I work at, it's grandfathered in, so it's like private contractors. Oh. So like the girl can leave at any time. Okay. Only a certain percentage is paid out. There's no mandatory nothing. Okay. And I've been there for a long time as a DJ in the daytime, just to make sure I got money from my house and my family.
Yeah, you have to have that job, that steady job that you can pay your mortgage and pay your bills. Yeah. So I did that for a while. Worked with the sex workers, did HIV testing, and when I would do HIV testing, I don't know if you guys ever done an HIV test, but they ask you very, very personal questions. Like how you do it, how you like it, or what have you done in the last 3 months? How many fluids you're taking in?
Yeah.
I've
got that test. They test you that in prison, and when you go to Planned Parenthood,
they ask you that.
They ask you, Can I say anal?
Yeah.
You do anal, vaginal, oral. What do you do? So I would ask all those questions, and
to the immigrants,
to the sex workers, to the immigrants, to the junkies. The sex workers and the junkies were more upfront. Yeah, the sex worker. I mean, the day laborers would be like, "Oh no, you're not Western."
Yeah, they're like HIV. We thought it was home improvement.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, home improvement, boy. Yeah, I can do the back door. Yeah, I can do the front door.
Yeah, home improvement back door. Yeah.
So I did that for a while, man, and I got the most interesting stories. Every time I would talk to somebody, I would go into my office and write little notes and go home and type stuff up. And out of that, I wrote a script called Needle Jews, Needle and the Jews. And Jews. Needle Jews.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo. Yeah. And when I wrote that script, I said, you know what? I'm going to shoot this thing. During that time, the cameras were changing. I think you gave me an XL2.
Yes.
The old ones.
Yeah.
So we shot Needle Jews with an XL2. And, you talk about how do you get into the business? How do you write? How do you direct? How do you break in? And you're not going to be given those opportunities in Hollywood. You're going to have to find a way to wiggle your way in there and claim a spot at the table. And that was my intention the whole time, to build a resume, to build something that I can show people, that I can take to festivals, that I can say, hey, I did this film. Yeah. You like it? You want to hire me? You want to work together? You want to whatever. And so Needle Juice, I did directing, producing. I would call all the lowriders because you had gangsters, lowriders, sex workers, users, junkies. And I would be on the phone calling everybody and sending emails. And we did it. We did a short film. We were going for a feature film. We stole a lot of shots. I don't know if people know what that means. When you steal a shot,
Yes.
You don't have permits.
you don't have permits. Yeah.
Yes.
So sometimes we have the camera like in a backpack or in a bag and just pointing. And so that was my first film. And you know, it wasn't all that great, but visually it's amazing. I still look at it and I'm like, wow, how do we do that? How do we get away with that? So out of that, I started posting stuff on MySpace. Remember MySpace?
I remember MySpace.
Oh, yeah.
And then people started seeing it and they're like, oh, you're a filmmaker. You know, how do I do that? And I would tell them how I did it. Then there was an agency out in Hollywood called AIDS Healthcare Foundation. And they reached out and they said, well, you know, you're a filmmaker. We have 3 scripts. Would you want to have a meeting, get together, and we'll take you out for lunch, dinner, whatever, and we have a nice budget. We need to do these short films around condom use. So I said, yeah. And we got together for lunch, and they had a really nice budget for condom use PSAs. And I said, I don't want to do a PSA. I want to do little films, little vignettes with a beginning, middle, and an ending.
How long are those?
Those are like 3 minutes each.
Oh, wow.
Can you still find them?
Yeah, they're in YouTube somewhere. They're deep in the YouTube universe. They did really well in Africa and Latin America. Here, I don't know how they did here, but they sent me a report from Africa and Latin America. They did.
Well, that's where
Amazing.
the message would be perfectly sent out
At the
to.
time, the
Yeah.
messaging was there, yeah. And so from there, you know, that was called Sexy Rubber. And from there, people started seeing, because, you know, social media, I'm sure you know this, social media is a big promo for you.
Especially that we don't have since we can't get on Channel 7, you can get on social media and get the exposure Channel 7 will give you.
Yeah. So Sexy Rubber was done with AIDS Healthcare Foundation.
Sexy Rubber?
Sexy Rubber. It was a
like
little
that.
series of three vignettes. And I got nonprofits involved, like Selfo Graphics. I don't know if you know Selfo Graphics. It's a Chicano art space in Boyle Heights. And they knew what I was doing. I told them what I was doing, and they say, the space is yours. So I got the space for free. You know, there's a little more money in my pocket that I got to save because of the location. And then after that, you know, posting, and people are like, oh, I want to work with you. I want this, I want that. And then they would see the Sexy Rubber, they're like, oh, that's hilarious. And then other agencies started reaching out. And so when you talk about breaking into the business, you know, you got to find your niche, if you will, sometimes. And you got to find a way, you got to do what you love, and then you got to find your niche, but you have to have a good budget. Nonprofits, you know, believe it or not, they have really good budgets for marketing, which includes a lot of films and videos. So people would reach out, nonprofits would reach out and would say, hey, we want to do a PSA. And I say, no, let's not do a PSA. Let's do a film with your mission. That way it'll live longer on YouTube, Vimeo, whatever. And people will like it. People will watch it and they'll pass the word around. And let's not make it educational. Let's make it fun. Let's just give them just a little sprinkles of information so that they can go and research it on their own. Because a lot of times when you hit people over the head with information, statistics, numbers, they just tune out. They're like, we don't want to hear it.
Someone's telling me what to do again.
Yeah. And, you know, last 2 years ago during COVID, I got hired by Ultimate. And they said, we have this budget. And I was like, what? Because the money was really good.
Oh, you're like, this could cure COVID.
I was like, what? Yeah. I mean, I was like, this is good money. But the drawback was that I had to shoot him during COVID, like at the beginning stages of COVID. Yeah. And I was like, you know what? I'll double mask up and figure it out. And we did 4. I think it was 4. It was Homie Love, Skater Dudes, Girl Talk. I forgot the other one. Homie Love. Did I say Homie Love?
Yeah, you said, yeah.
Yeah, I forgot what the other one was. And they've been very successful. He was in Homie Love. He played the gangster.
He used a condom before he got the choncho?
You have to see it. You have to see it. Yeah, you have to see it.
What I love about his films is that when I first started seeing them, is that they really are. They deliver a message, and it's an important message, but they do it entertaining.
That's
By
a great way.
entertaining. You know, it's terrific. You know, that I told you we were rattling off the titles before. You know, Gary Gonorrhea. What the heck is that?
So I gotta ask you: is needle juice somehow wordplay with Beetlejuice?
No.
Because that's what I heard. I heard needle juice. I was like, oh, they must have caught it. They must have been like, oh, Beetlejuice.
You are gonna lose the house.
No, that was a mistake with the title. That
Okay,
I made.
I heard. I mean, I thought it was wordplay. I was like, that's good.
I don't-
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
I mean, what else could you call it?
That's it. You know, what else could you call it? And people were like, "Is that like Beetlejuice?" And I'm like, "No, that's not like Beetlejuice." So anyway, change the title. You know,
I like that title.
I like that.
No, I
title.
mean, it might have been a reason for someone to
Sarah-
watch it. At the end of the day, it might have been like, oh, it's just a
Yeah.
parody, and you click, and you're in.
Yeah,
Well,
but you know the beautiful thing about those projects is that when people found out in East LA, they would say, "How can we help you?" And East LA community stepped it up. They would come in with houses, with tacos, with whatever we needed, water, and they would just really come through and say, "Hey, we're here to support you because that message is on point. That's what we need." The same thing happened with Marisol. I don't know if you saw Marisol.
No, I didn't get a chance to see
Okay, I'll
Marisol,
send it
but I've
to you.
seen the reviews. It's in so many film festivals. Didn't you get an award for that?
I got 3 awards. Yeah, 3 awards last month in August. Was it last month? And the cool thing was that it was a lot of white people in San Diego. And here's this Mexican Chicano, stepping up, collecting the 3 awards, and people were like, and $1,500.
That's good.
For each award?
No, just
I was
for
like, damn.
yeah, it was for the best film. Yeah. So
Did Marisol get a special recognition in the Library of Congress or something?
yeah, so Marisol deals with domestic violence and child abuse in East LA. And the film is really heavy, really, really. People that watch it, they're like, oh my God, I'm in tears. And other people that have been victimized have fallen victims of domestic violence are like, I don't want to watch it because it triggers them.
Yeah, no, it does.
Yeah, it triggers them. So every time we screen it, we have to give a warning that, it could trigger you. And I've seen women leave crying or just really distraught.
How does it affect you? Like when you record it? Because, I mean, I watch things I don't like watching.
Yeah.
Like, that Fernando kid?
Yeah.
I watched that, broke my heart. I don't like watching it. You can't watch it. How do you feel recording it? Like, kind of.
So when we recorded Marisol, the little girl, and it's based on a true story, because Fernando and what was the other one? Antonio? No, I forgot the other kid's name. There was 2 kids that were brutally.
Yeah, you can find it on Netflix.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Yeah.
Yeah. So Marisol was based on a true story. I was at a community roundtable in East LA, where social workers, artists, politicians, anybody that had any stake in the community would come to a quarterly meeting. And I was sitting next to a social worker, and she was playing with those old cigarette lighters that you push in the car.
Yeah.
And I was like, why does she have a cigarette lighter? I was just really naive. And I said, are you trying to quit smoking? And she's like, no. She's like, I have to present on a case. And I said, a case? And she says, yeah. And being the nosy filmmaker, you always want to give information. And she said, yeah. She said, there's this little girl that is being abused with a cigarette lighter. They burn her, they put it on the stove. They put it on her back. Every time they think that she misbehaves, they lock her in a kitchen cabinet without food overnight. And then what they do is they put boiling water and put her hands in the boiling water. And she said that the boiling water, the hands, that it's so severe that she lost all her nerve sensation. So I walked out of there and I was like, ugh. I was like, what a downer, man. That's really sad. So I said, I have to make this film about Marisol, or I don't know what her real name was. And so when you say, how do you feel? When I first heard it, it was bad. I was like, I had to go to the car and just be like,
It breaks your heart.
Yeah. So then when we shot it, I worked with a little girl, and it wasn't as hard when we shot it. But when you watch it, because you cut, you do the editing, the music.
You guys are professionals, yeah.
So when you cut it and then you watch the final cut, you're like, fuck, man, that's heavy. And I still watch it sometimes, and I'm like, get teary-eyed.
The little girl that played Marisol,
Yeah.
Was that the real Marisol or that was an actress?
No, that was an actress.
Yeah.
That was an actress. Yeah.
That's a crazy character to play.
Yeah. So that was, and again, East LA stepped up, man. They're like, what do you need?
Our poor communities that are so poverty stricken, they fall victims of stuff like this. Uneducated parents that don't know anything about discipline, they maybe got discipline away familiar. It happens. I mean, dude, I used to get beat up by my dad, but never like marcas and stuff like that, emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, we come from a I don't know, sort of a like generational trauma. That's what they learned, and that's what their ancestors learned. They passed it on.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's intergenerational trauma. That's what they call it. Where that's all they know, and that's how they I don't know, reprimanded you.
Yeah, I mean, North Korea's dictatorship.
Yeah, that's the modeling they got.
That's the modeling they got, and it came from colonization. They stripped families away, and they. But yeah, so it was a really hard story, and it was 4 years ago that we finished it, that we said we're done with it. We weren't going to show it anymore, and then I saw San Diego Movie Awards, and I was like, oh, San Diego Movie Awards on Film Freeways in my hometown. So I was like, at Balboa Park. I was like, I used to hang out at Balboa Park. Wow. I used to do horrible stuff at Balboa Park. So I was like, I got to go back there, and hopefully my film was screened. And then screened at the Museum of Photographic and Arts Museum. So I was like, perfect. So I sent it. They're like, yeah, you're in. And then they said, can you be here for the awards? And I was like, yeah, I can be there for the awards. So I showed up. Yeah. So it was really interesting. It was nice. It was a nice homecoming, winning all those awards.
Yeah, congratulations, brother. Raising awareness,
and it was Oscar qualified.
Oh wow!
Okay,
yeah, it was Oscar qualified. Yeah, we didn't make it far, but it got into the Academy's Margaret Herrick Library, so people can go in and study the script.
What if somebody wants to watch this movie? Can they?
No, not yet.
Yeah,
no, not yet. Yeah, we sent it to Sundance. We got rejected the first time, so hopefully this time around we'll.
I mean, it sounds impactful, obviously, for people not to watch it.
Yeah, we use it for a lot of domestic violence awareness in private, like private groups. But yeah.
That's.
But I'll send it to you. You can watch it in private. Yeah.
Yeah, I those kind of movies. I don't look like I'm emotional. Like I cried during Cobra Kai. Just because it was memories of like me being a kid.
You
know, when I Cobra Kai, I was like, what?
Yeah. He's not lying, dude. You watched that shit a lot. He watched it.
All I kept thinking when I watched Cobra Kai, I was like, damn, I wanted those OP shorts, Ocean Pacific shorts. You remember those?
I still have some, bro.
My mom bought me some at FedMart. Remember FedMart? It's Target now.
Yeah,
the fake ones. Yeah. She bought me the fake ones. I was like, damn,
Montgomery's Ward.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sodies, JC Penney. JC Penney's still around.
Hey,
right?
Marco.
Yeah.
You remember Zodi's? That's where you turned in Miklo.
Yeah, I remember from the movie. We didn't have Zodi's where I grew up.
No, there's no Zodi. In Panama, there was no.
Panama, no.
Or in Missouri, huh?
No. Well, you got a good memory. You remember my whole.
Of course.
All right.
I study you, bro.
Yeah,
Over there, they had Miller's Outpost.
We had it here too in San Diego.
I had a Miller's. Yeah, we had that.
Miller's Outpost.
Yeah.
I remember.
And Chess King. Remember Chess King?
No, I'm not that
No,
old.
Chess King. Do you remember
Sorry.
Chess King? No, yeah.
I remember being a little travieso because I had 5 brothers, like 6, 7 sisters. And like, I was embarrassed to ask my parents for money. I had more lawns and buy candy and stuff with that. So we did a clothes run back when like you would just grab pants and run.
Yeah.
And like everybody got caught but me, and everybody told on me. And I remember coming home like, oh, I got pants for the whole year.
That's hilarious.
And I mean, it wasn't like abuse, but I just remember my mom just getting the belt and going, hey, you know what, man?
You're getting it.
Yeah.
We're going to take those pants back, too. And I was like, if you hit me, I'm not taking them back.
That's the rule. That's the rule, yeah.
That was like my mentality. Nah,
so what happened?
Nah, well, she whooped my ass, and we didn't take them back. Eso está bonitos.
That's horrible when you get busted by your mom.
That's the worst. Oh, they're like, la vergüenza.
La vergüenza,
That's such a strong word. Our vocabulary.
What, vergüenza?
No, vergüenza is a strong word. Like
Yeah.
the Mexican vocabulary or Latino vocabulary is like. I remember asking her, "Hey, what does bastante mean?" The first time, she's like, "That's too much." I was like, "Wow, that sounds like bastard, though." You know, like as a little kid, you try to figure stuff out.
Right.
It's like marihuano. That shit today hurts my soul. When Maria's like pinche marihuano, even though I don't give a fuck, I'm like, hey, don't call me that, Dad. Call me something else. That marihuano.
It just sounds more powerful.
Yeah,
than
the way
Spanish.
they said it, pinche marihuano.
Yeah.
Well, you got to remember, the Spanish Latino culture is church number one, and churches are the first people that were against medical cannabis, whatever. It was like, no, el diablo, like you were going to meet the devil or something.
Yeah.
I was like,
Abortion, sex, marijuana, alcohol, all of it.
All I did was meet a white girl. And she was the devil.
And was she a virgin? That's the question that they always...
That's some crazy stuff.
I thought that was me. Is that me?
No, that's my producer.
Oh, yeah.
Producer.
Yeah,
Turn your phone off.
I know.
Okay. In Panama, they called it cognac. Marijuana.
Cognac?
Cognac.
Wow.
So,
Cognac.
marihuanero was cognacero. Ay, no.
Cognacero.
Él es un cognacero.
Sounds like you're possessed or
Sí,
something.
Where like my neighbors were so spiritual, they did an exorcism at their pad. I got to see it. It was weird. Yeah. One of the
real?
For reals. Like the dad was a pastor. This is because my dad was a coyote. My dad would go to Mexico, bring people over, and I noticed we moved in a 2-story pad. And I was like, what the hell are we doing here? And our neighbors were raza. They had money too. And my homie was George Hernandez. Sorry I threw your name out there, player, but I got to make the story legit. He's a pastor to this day. He followed his dad's footsteps. And he was like, hey, my cousin's here. And like, her dad was from the Colombian cartel.
How old were you?
I was 16. And she goes like, she's talking like her dad. She's never met her dad. And she's bringing up names of the family. So we go in the pad and like, I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty like they could have went to jail for this. They tied her up on the couch.
Wow.
They were like people were praying by her, and then out of nowhere she snaps out of this stuff. And that was when I realized I wasn't as gangster as I thought I was.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And I just remember going home and like, damn, I prayed for that whole month. Like I turned Christian that month.
Yeah.
Just for the month.
Yeah, just for the month.
Yeah.
Like I'm being honest, but it was a weird thing. How strong the church is.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely. Yeah. I know. I mean, I have a lot of mixed feelings about the church.
Me too.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I get it. I get the comfort part and all that kind of stuff. Man, but so much stuff, has been done in the name of the church.
And especially what they did to our culture.
Yeah. Yeah.
All those churches are built on Aztec pyramids or old historical landmarks from the Chicano, the Latino, the Honduran, the Puerto Rican.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's why we have all that intergenerational trauma because they just savaged us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember we were in, was it Oaxaca, I think it was, and we saw a Catholic church very proudly built on top of the ruins of a pyramid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, we're going to put our church on top of your church. And it was like, wow.
Yeah. And to this day in Oaxaca, when they discover pyramids or tumbas, they'll cover them up again because they don't want people to exploit them in any way or loot them in any way. So they find pyramids, tumbas, and then they cover them up, and nothing here to see.
It would be such a tourist attraction.
Yeah, they would kill it. There's a tumba that I go to in Oaxaca, way up in the Sierra, and I respect it, and I do a little bit of filming. I apply for a grant to film the tumba and what it symbolizes and why is it there and what the Oaxacans know about it. And I made friends with a family in a little town. I won't say the name. In a little town. And I meet with them, and then we go walking on a hike for like 4 hours to get to the hill, to the Sierra. And then we do our photos, filming, drones, all that stuff. And they have, one time we were walking, and my friend goes, "Oh, I think that's the soccer field that I've heard about."
The pelota?
The pelota.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it's like square, but it's all bushy. And you're like, oh, shoot, that does look like a soccer field. So I've gone there 3 times to film the soccer field, to film the tumba. And the tumba is the shape of a cross. And you can walk through the middle and the side. And it's like the Grecas. How do you say that in the Greek Grecas?
The circles?
Yeah, the
Arcs?
Greek. No,
Like the crop thing.
No, how do you say the Grecas?
But what is it?
It's a symbol that it's all over the pyramid. And it's an infinite symbol.
The hieroglyphs?
It's Egyptian, but
it's something like that. Yeah. Oh my God, I forget the name. So, and every time we go there, people that they built a brand new, sort of like a mezcal hotel for the rich, like nearby. And then some of the workers will take them up there, and you see like trash and you're like, oh,
disrespect. Tony Chiclan, I think that's the most famous one. You're not allowed to go all the way to the top as a tourist. You want to know why?
Because
someone fell down and died.
Yeah.
If you see those steps, if you got a white girl walking ahí, peda, están pisteando. Yeah, but están pisteando. They don't take it seriously. Like, this is spiritual shit. It's not brunch.
Yeah.
It's not brunch. It's not Sunday brunch. He se cayó y se murió, and after that, no more tourists to the top.
Really? I climbed both of those.
No more. Not after COVID. Not after COVID. I looked it up.
Oh, no. That was years ago.
Yeah, someone fell down from the top. Man, I've never been there, but you've been to Imagínate from the top hasta abajo?
Yeah.
Because Popeye climbed.
Yeah, no, I they have the Pyramid of the Sun and the Pyramid of the Moon.
Yeah.
And I climbed both of them, back in my ute. I couldn't do it now.
You know what's crazy too, though, is like, let's look back, and no disrespect to the white people, but they go to Egypt and dig up whites, European. They used to do the med school. Like, imagine if Egypt came over here and so I was scared. We know where Christopher Columbus is at. Like, it's pretty trippy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I feel only that country, those countrymen, that continent. But then, it takes away from the fact of science. You guys brought me to a good, crazy subject. Because they display the Latino like as, all those Aztecs were killers. Like, excuse me, we discovered astrology. We're poets. We showed you guys maíz, irrigation,
brain surgery.
Yeah. No, for real?
For real. No, I'm serious.
His reaction.
No, I am serious.
Yeah?
You go to Peru. Okay. And by the way, Peru, there's a museum in Peru called the Museum of Gold. And it is like an amazing place because it's basically a house. It's a private home.
Mr. T live there?
He would love it there, but this place is full of gold. Every room, more this and that and the other, because a lot of it is from the old, the Incas.
Okay.
Why do you think Pizarro went to Peru?
No sé.
For the gold, man.
Oh, wow.
That's where the gold was. Cortez the killer. But there's so much gold that you go like, oh my God, they must have died when they first set foot here. Because to the natives, it was artifacts. They used to make, teeth, everything out of gold, toothpicks, whatever, but it wasn't like that. No, really. And the reason I say brain surgery, because you go into the Museum of Gold and you can see skulls, old skulls with plates of gold. Because, back in the day when they went to fight and throw down with the next tribe, they had axes and stuff like that. And it was very common, in battle to come out with a cracked skull. And then the guy would go and he would put a plate in. Oh, wow. Because when the bone heals, it seals it in. And they would do brain surgery, bro.
Wow.
The ancient Incas.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, it's like, so I'm just saying.
No,
you know,
thank you for
astrology,
educating me on
whatever.
that.
I
Yeah.
mean, come on.
Yeah. Exactly.
No, it's true. It's true.
In Panama, is there like traces of old tribes as far as was there pyramids in
Yeah,
Panama?
yeah. Well, not like that. No, because the tribes in Panama are kind of related to the ones from Mexico. Mexico.
We're always related.
Yeah.
Because they traveled, right? They traveled.
Yeah, that's you know, it's the
He's
whole
right.
land bridge.
I looked it up. 1,000 years ago, patients survived brain surgeries, but they had to live with huge holes in their heads done by the fucking Mayas and Aztecs. So he's right. Yeah, that shit. I guess they've been doing brain
Popeye is
surgery.
really smart.
Yeah,
man.
they've been doing surgery for a cool
Popeye.
minute.
Popeye don't fuck around.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Look at him. He's fact checking me. Oh my God. Hey, let me go over to
That's
that
a good
side.
producer right there. That's a good
Yeah.
producer
Yell
right
at
there.
him. I tell him to.
Oh my
Joe
God.
Rogan has Jamie. I have
I don't
Xavier.
come here and talk.
He's a
bullshit.
good producer, man. Yeah.
Xavier, you better record that. That's the first guest that ever said you're a good producer.
What's your name again?
Xavier.
Xavier, you're a good producer.
Mr. X.
Mr. X.
Yeah. He spells it with an X.
You can help me produce anytime you want.
Yeah.
There we go. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Take them.
No, you know, people like him are gold because you have to have somebody that's got your back. You know?
No, yeah,
Producer,
of course. Oh, yeah.
And I'll take him though. I'll take him.
Yeah, no. Yeah. I'll take a cut.
That's right. You know. So what are you going to do with all that footage from Oaxaca? All that stuff up there in the are you just shooting it or do you have some?
No, I go back in October to do a couple of more interviews. We apply for a grant through Sundance. You know, who knows if we get it. So we'll see. I mean, we applied for a lot of money. So we'll see what they say. If they say here's your, then it's a go, man. It's a go.
Dude, when you say we, do you have like a production team? You know, like
Yeah.
yeah.
I have a team. I have a regular people that I use, and I learned this from Carlos. I already kind of did it before, where I said no assholes allowed. But then Rochelle and Carlos and I we were talking, and we're like, no assholes allowed, man. So these people are not assholes. These people are people that I can count on in Oaxaca and here. So I have a Oaxaca team and a team here.
Okay.
So they're the people that I say, hey, I need you here, da 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 da, and they move things around and they show up.
Is your family from Oaxaca?
No, but I claim Oaxaca, man.
Okay.
If they say you Oaxaca, and I'm like, yes, I am.
You're pretty tall.
Yeah, you know,
He's not dark enough.
I don't know if I'm dark enough, but I'm more Huichol from the Sierras de Jalisco. I think they're from Huichol. Google.
Yeah, that is because my family's from Jalisco, Guadalajara, Jalisco.
One time I walked into a store, like an antique store, and there was an old Latino guy there from back there, and Huichol! And I was like, shit. And he was talking to me. And I was like,
wow.
yeah. I was like, I'm tall, dark. Yeah, that's Huicholes are tall and dark.
Yeah, right now Oaxaca is like the number one immigrant farm worker that everybody wants because they're so short and they're the best fruit pickers. No, it's my family is from Soledad and Salinas, my dad's side. They still live there and they're like, oh, the Oaxacans are coming in taking everybody's job.
Well, they used to do something with the hoses, no? The farm owners with the hoses would become really short so they can work faster.
I don't know.
Have really back problems. So that's probably something related to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's
that's interesting.
crazy.
Yeah, there's an artist named Narciso Martinez, SS Narciso. He's from Oaxaca and he focuses on the farm workers, and all his work is done on cardboard boxes, and he paints the farm workers on the cardboard boxes.
Oh wow!
He's in the Hammer Museum. He's in Mola. He's in LACMA. A lot of people like. There's a wait list for his work, and that's all he focuses on the farm workers. He's a real cool homie.
That's
really,
what's
really
up.
good guy.
I've seen you post some of his stuff.
Yeah, he's a really cool. He lives down the street from my house.
Yeah, wow, that's my newest addition. That's me and Joey Diaz.
All right.
Nice.
I don't know how it was made. It's like
Yeah, what is that? Is that
gel or plastic or
Kind of silicone, no?
Yeah,
Maybe silicone.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. Was that a photo or was that a drawing?
It's a photo, but it turned into a drawing.
Yeah.
I don't know how it was done.
Yeah, that's good. That's a nice one.
Yeah, I'm getting into art.
Yeah. Well, I can tell, man. All this is art right here.
Oh yeah. This is my release. So like when I'm
But you got the homie back there.
yeah. George Lopez.
I didn't want to say his name, but
No. A lot of people have put him down in as far as the comedy world, and I know him through the comedy world. And when I first met the guy, he shook my hand. It was cool, and I realized later why he doesn't like some people, because a lot of the raza steals his material. And I can understand where it's like Willie Barcena just said this on a podcast where he goes, a lot of Mexicans, they think we're fighting with each other, but they don't understand that Hollywood only gives you a little piece of steak. So we're going to fight for that little slither. We're going to fight for that little piece. Tenemos hambre también nosotros. And, I don't agree with everything he does, but that album right there, that was before I was a comedian.
Inspired you. Did it inspire you?
That I was like, hey, man, I'm better looking than that fool. I can make it.
Let me see.
For me, man, I've been doing comedy for 20 years. My first 3 years of comedy, I was already on Showtime, Comedy Central, MTV.
Well, there's comedic timing, as I'm sure Carlos can talk about it, and you probably have that comedic timing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Some people try comedy and it's like, dude, stay home.
Well, yeah. I mean, I learned the timing later. I just feel it's the createability, whatever you say that word is, and the ganas. Because I go up there and I say stuff that people are just like, did he just say that shit to me? And then they realize later, damn, that was funny, dog.
But it's your delivery. You think your delivery, yeah. Carlos said something to me one time, and he said, you do comedy, you entertain before you educate. So that's probably something along.
I didn't say that. Aristotle.
Well, you
said
told me that. And Aristotle didn't say that. They think he might have said that.
Oh, okay.
Google.
Instead of Google, I thought he said Google.
No, Google. I tend to mumble my words. Google.
Yeah. No, it's at first you must entertain.
Yeah.
In order to educate.
Yeah.
Which is what you do.
Yeah, and I didn't realize it until you said it. I was like, oh, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys got an event coming up.
Yes, the East LA Film Festival at East LA College.
And what's the date on this, please?
September 30, Blood In, Blood Out. September 30.
You guys are doing a live screening.
Yeah.
How does that go? Like, can you, not demonstrate, but can you tell me, so you and the other actors are going to be there, or just you two?
I think how many actors? Just you and...
Well, I'm going to be there, and I know the fella that I hooked up with you, who I was hoping was going to bring a bunch of people, because he's the promoter that... but I don't get a sense that he's bringing people.
I don't know. He brought him Gabriela Mila, which was the girlfriend of one of the guys.
Minor character in the film, but okay, fine. So he's bringing
I don't know. Yeah, mm-hmm. I hadn't watched Blood In, Blood Out until 3 months ago.
No way.
Yeah.
And he calls himself a chicken.
And the only reason why I watched it, because my internet went out, and I was like, shit. I was like, what am I going to watch? Find. But it's hard. I had no phone and nothing. Uh-huh. And I opened my drawer for my TV thing, and had Blood In, Blood Out. It was a bootleg I got 15 years ago.
Wow.
And I was like, one of these days I'm going to watch it. I put it in. I was hooked.
Straight up.
All the lines that he delivers.
Straight up.
Man, I was like, this is fucking amazing. And I couldn't believe that I hadn't watched it before. And I have heard the people quote the lines, the choncho, I knew the line. Yeah. And every time Carlos would say, I was like, pretend it, right? But I hadn't watched it, and I was blown away. And that's when I realized that we had to screen it at the festival.
Yeah.
Opening. And then people started saying, because they've seen photos of me and him on Facebook, and they're like, they send me stuff, and they're like, I can't believe you never watched that flipping film with this guy. So yeah,
my life.
Yeah.
Blood In, Blood Out was
But that writer, man.
Lines. Now, the writer's a poet.
He's a poet. So when I found out he was a poet, I was like, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then how he broke it down, the cadence, the delivery, and plus, you got to give yourself credit, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone else had the same poetic that he gave, but you just come through, bro.
The delivery.
The charisma. Just you know what I mean?
The hair.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I have no hair anymore.
Yeah.
So this is my hair right here.
The pot calling the kettle. Thank you very much.
Let's do an ad on circumcision penises.
That's right. Let's go. Yeah,
Los tres.
No, but that film is just, I can see why people just really get into it.
I mean, he was the only real actor. I don't
He
mean to
was-
be an asshole, but when I heard when I
Big
heard you,
Al's an actor too.
yeah, but when I heard you talk, I was like, no wonder he stood out.
Yeah.
Like it's not like because I mean I'm being an asshole. I thought it was just some guy they picked like out of like, hey, we need some guy to play this
He
part.
thought you were like someone they found in prison.
And then when I heard him talk, and then I mean before he came on, he's like, hey. Research this guy. I want you to come here like an idiot and not know your shit. So I knew you were on Star Trek. Then I was like, but like I said, I was like, that's why he opened everybody's mind. He's like, he's smart.
He's a trained actor.
Yeah, he's a trained actor. He knew shit.
Yeah, classically trained as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
It's funny because I just did a podcast earlier today about for Star Trek. For this guy that he likes. He looks up people who've been on Star Trek, and that's his gig. He's been doing it for about 3 years. But we ended up talking about Shakespeare there too.
Good.
Because he said like, well, what is it like? What is it like to act in those kind of things? And and it came down to that again because the language is elevated. When you really break it down, and you're talking Klingon and stuff, and they're talking about dilithium crystals and all this kind of stuff. I mean, it's high diction.
Yeah.
And plus the wardrobe, I was just doing this with this podcast. I mean, the wardrobe is so heavy duty, and I was playing a Klingon, and so you have all this prosthetic stuff and everything like that. And if you're a classical actor, you're accustomed to that stuff because the costumes are heavy, and the capes and the crowns and the broadswords. And actors off the street, the people at Star Trek would say, like, every actor can't do this. We've had actors here in the makeup chair, and about an hour in, they go, oh, I can't.
Yeah,
they
get
freak
me
out
out.
and they run out in the street.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, that's that.
Yeah, and it goes back to the training. In acting school, you learn that the show must go on no matter what. Where you're sweating, you're bleeding, you're
Don't
dying
matter.
on stage, the show must go on. So it kind of goes back to all of that.
Yeah,
I
it
think,
does.
too.
It does. It does.
And then the other thing they teach you too is improvisation. So if you forget your lines, you just roll with it.
Yeah, I learned that in
Well,
comedy.
you know that. Yeah, you got to do it. Yeah. Plus, sometimes it comes to you in the moment, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah. That's going off. They call it off the cuff. That's what I've been doing a lot lately is, I'm at the Comedy Store, bro. I have to go perform with the best of the best in the game. And the other day, there was someone in the crowd that was like, I've been coming to all your shows, bro. When are you going to do the new material? And I was like, fuck it. I went back there, wrote 7 new jokes within 20 minutes and said, all right, hey, a trapeze artist, he goes up there, performs a no net. Are you ready tonight? And it worked.
Yep.
And I was like, man, this guy pushed me to write more new jokes.
That's right.
And it just came. You've been there, bro.
I've seen some New Year's shit where I'm not trying. We all know George. George don't get political, but he said some shit last time. I was like, he killed it.
Yeah.
Killed it. He had his own way to make it not political, but his shit. And I was like, God damn. I was like,
I'm working on this joke.
It's
where
good.
It's like I tell people, I'm like, it's kind of hard for you to teach a Chicano that like the dress codes in school because now they're like, oh, boys can wear dresses in school. I was like, I couldn't even wear a Raider jersey.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Or red or blue. Or,
Exactly. And I was like, well, you're allowed to wear a dress now.
And now you got flowers and guys wear bags too now.
Yeah, and I'm just
Purses.
tripping out like, what are they writing?
But performing isn't part of the fun in performing when you jump off the cliff.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes. It is and it isn't. It is and it isn't because sometimes you're... sometimes the cliff says, vente, cabrón.
No parachute.
But what I love about that is
No, when you go like
the bring back.
yeah.
Because like you see me perform, I'll tell people, watch, I'm going to do 5 minutes of new jokes. And after that, I got material that works.
So let me ask you, when you write a joke, how long is it? Is it like just an outline or you write like a script for the joke?
I used to do a script until somebody told me, you're only as funny as that paper when you go on stage now.
damn.
So he goes, write your setup, your tag, and your punchline and leave question marks for you to play with stuff before the show. After, like, play around. It was Russell Peters, very famous comedian that goes off the cuff all the time. And I was like,
But that's what I'm talking about. That's the leap I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because you know your stuff. You know you got chops.
Yeah.
You know, you got a certain facility. You know, you've been doing it long enough.
Yeah.
You know,
you would probably be a great theater actor.
I took drama, but then I was like, so everyone was like, look at this chavala on drama.
Chavala. I haven't heard that word in years.
For reals, they were like, I was
yeah.
captain of the football team.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, homie, you're in drama? I was like, I like to be funny.
Yeah.
And they're like, homie, we're going to jump you off for that.
That's funny.
And I was like, but being a gangster is drama.
Yeah.
Like we have to scare these fools.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. I remember when I was young, I would use all the lines from America, Me and Blood Out on people. I'm like, hey, homie, we don't fake it, we take it. What's up?
That's funny. That is funny. I met an artist who used to watch Bruce Lee films, and he moved to in Hollywood, and he moved to the projects right there in East LA. What are they called?
Pico Liso or
No, the other ones. Pico Liso. Yeah. So he said that when they first moved into the projects, that they were going to get jumped, him and his brother. So they were like, oh. And they got scared. The gangs got scared because they thought they were going to, Yeah. So I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, I have to shoot that thing. Yeah.
You know, I wrote a little short thing of this guy called Kung Fu Cheese. So, you remember Kingpin with Woody Harrelson?
Yes.
Yeah. He has a rubber arm.
Yeah.
Well, Kung Fu Cheese it's me. I get out of prison myself, and my dad's in the army, and there's a handball tournament. So my arm gets blown up from a drive-by, and I have to play with a wooden hand. It's kind of like a spin-off.
Yeah.
And it was Kung Fu Cheese is my teacher. I took his character from Kill Bill. The guy that had the long brocha that was doing all this training.
Yeah.
So we have dreams, bro.
Yeah, no. Bruce Lee was my idol, man.
Well, he was the first immigrant that was out there whipping everybody's ass.
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. And, recently I learned that you have to be careful how you talk about Bruce Lee because it could be like a racial thing. And I'm like, oh, man, I love Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Everything is a racial thing now.
Yeah, everything is a racial thing.
Did you see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Yeah.
So that thing where like Brad Pitt flings the guy against the car.
Yeah.
And they got a lot of heat about that.
Yeah. Hollywood is going through a weird trip right now, and we talked about this a little lately, and I did a little more investigating. Hollywood really does not give the Latino their part in roles. It's like, I try to tell everybody, I'm like, hey, just so y'all folks know, Lou Diamond Phillips is Filipino.
Uh-huh.
And nobody said shit about him being Filipino. I say if we're going to give the Gavachos the heat, we got to give everybody the heat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Like, they wouldn't let a Mexican play a Filipino in a movie. They wouldn't let us play Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao starring Popeye.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd be funny.
You know what I mean?
Not gonna happen.
But you know what? In theater, you have to take in like different ethnicities, different.
Man, I'm so burned out on this topic. I got
Okay, we'll move on.
Like,
yeah, we
I
can
hear
move
what
on.
you're saying, and it's very valid and it's very legitimate and it's true. But it reaches a point of, to me, of like, yeah, they hire somebody. It's like, okay, I'll go there. This latest controversy with, I'm sorry, but it's
With
like,
who? I want to hear it now.
James Franco.
Yeah.
Oh, James Franco.
Yeah, you heard about that.
He's going to play Pablo Escobar, right?
Oh,
No, he's gonna play Fidel Castro.
Oh, Fidel Castro.
yes.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the filmmakers are Latinos.
Wow, I didn't
The
know
writer is the director is Latino. It's their project. It's an independent film.
Yeah.
And good God, they got James Franco. And I mean, you know what that means for their marketing, for getting
I understand.
these Latino filmmakers up to the next
Yeah,
level and
yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the story isn't even about Fidel Castro. It's about the chick and whatever. It was
Yeah.
a crush on Fidel Castro, whatever the plot.
Yeah.
And if you see a picture of James Franco
Kind of looks like him.
and Fidel Castro, I know, but he does.
Yeah,
Google it.
It looks
Yeah.
Fidel Castro without the beard
Yeah.
is James Franco.
Yeah.
So if you were to pick a Latino, who would it be?
we don't know. I don't know
We
any
don't
Cubans.
know, but what I'm saying is like, at what point, do we let the people do their project, man? It's their thing. It's their choice. It's their money.
Yeah.
And it's like, back off.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is like, I had an epiphany the other day, which I was telling Rochelle. And
Hold on.
Nancy,
He doesn't know what epiphany means. Can you just it's not a stripper.
Google it.
It's not a stripper. He thought it was a stripper, dog.
I've heard,
Yeah.
and I've heard you pull up what is it?
Epiphany.
I've heard you say, "Hey, up next on stage is Epiphany." I've heard that, dog. I've heard that
Well,
before.
it's a stripper name.
It can be. An exotic stripper name, yeah.
All righty, guys. Coming up next for you right here, we got Epiphany.
Epiphany. Doing a duet with Popeye.
But honestly, like when I pass away, they better pick a cholo from California to play my part. He don't need to be a
It's going
theater.
to be James Franco, man.
Starring George Perez, we have.
Well, you know what I'm saying. You don't want to be ridiculous.
Yeah.
But there's a whole backstory line. Are these guys white? The Mexican? Are they white Mexicans?
The filmmakers?
Yeah.
I
I hear you on this.
Yeah, because
I know where you're going.
Yeah. So we talked about this before. Yeah. So
Yeah.
Mexico or Latinos can be very racist too.
Super. I've been there. This is what I tell people. I go, look, I'm Mexican and I love Panama and I love Peru.
Yeah.
I love Puerto Rico. But when the World Cup is on, fuck those fools.
Yeah.
And we've been taught. It's again, America is like, here's your little piece of meat. You guys all fight for it.
Yeah.
And then we're West Coast. We really don't get the experience of New York, to the Dominicano, the Honduran, the Salvadoran.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like places where people migrate to.
Yeah.
What do we call Salvadorians? Cerotes.
Yeah.
The first time I found that out, I was at a soccer game with my dad. He takes you to Mexico, El Salvador.
Yeah.
And I hear some grown man saying cerote. And I'm like, why are they saying piece of shit? Like, my dad was like, that's what we call them. And I was like, even as a little kid, I'm like, yo, that's
messed
fucked up.
Yeah.
Anything but that. And to this, we look at fucking Central America not like Mexicans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. But when people say there's racism here, I'm like, yo, there's racism
we're
right down the
taught.
border.
We're taught it. You're taught.
One thing I learned is when you're at the checkout stand at the supermarket, you don't talk bad about anybody in Spanish because you never know.
Exactly.
Yeah, it happened to me a couple of times where I was like, "Fuck," I was like, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've overheard things about me. They're like, "Este negro." I was like, "Oh, este negro." I was like, "What are you talking about?" Oh, me.
Yeah. I get that all the time too. Like, hey, we're dark.
I know.
Yeah.
I get it too. I'll go in a Latino place or something like that, and everybody's like, "Come on," everybody's speaking Spanish, and then it's my turn to say, "Can I help you,
Yeah.
sir?"
Yeah. It happens all the
Or
time.
what's that typical saying? Is the Oaxaca. That means he's dark.
Oaxaca.
Oh, if he's dark short, I
Oaxaca.
bet you he's from Oaxaca.
Yeah.
And it's just fucked up. It's being racist. You're picking
Yeah.
something because they're short and dark there, so he's from there.
Yeah.
So
I used to
we're
know a
not
lady.
saints either.
Yeah, no,
No.
we're not saints. No, I used to know a lady. I loved her to death, and she rest in peace. And she adored me. She would feed me puerco, all kinds of stuff, carne adobada. And every time she spoke, she would say, "Ay, está bien bonita, está güerita, ojos verdes." I was like, just sip it, Juan. I was like, just let her be, man.
Yeah.
It's too late to make any changes on her. Yeah, but unintentionally, people are say very racist things.
Yeah. I mean, hey, my girlfriend has blonde hair, light skin, green eyes.
Oh, there's two of them in the building here. White girls.
My cat's light skin.
Hey, you like him like that, huh?
No, I mean, but the mother of my children are dark.
Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's I like the person I'm with.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. But back, I want to hear about. So, how do people get tickets for the Blood In Blood Out?
So it's online. The website is telasofa.org. I don't know if are you guys doing video or anything like that? No.
Yeah, this is all. Video.
So this is. Oh, it is all video.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. I just noticed that little camera
There's
over there.
3 of them.
Oh shit! Where's the other one?
Come on,
Oh, my
Permita,
God.
filmmaker.
No, this one I saw. This one I saw.
This
Yeah.
one's yours. If you want to talk to that one, that's
Oh, okay. September 30, October 1. We have Blood In, Blood Out, September 30. We start at 4 o'clock for meet and greet with Homeboy right here.
I'll be there too.
Is it free? Do they got to buy tickets?
You know what? It is free and is based on donations, but I just got an email as I pulled up from the museum. They're like, we can charge $12. I'm like, it's too late. I already posted the Eventbrite. So it might change tomorrow, but it's free donations.
Okay.
But it's still $12. That's if they said $12 or $6.
That's a suggested donation.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Got bush? You definitely do. If you haven't tried the best products from our sponsor today, Manscaped, taking control of your bush is important. These products are so good, you're going to be showing pride in your new bush-free yard. It's a fact that you will have the best kept nut sack on the cul-de-sac. Save big and be the most hygienic version of yourself by using our discount code TakeAShower for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. Guys, have you ever shaved your balls with a razor that your girlfriend had at her house and it wasn't even hers? It was the guy that she was cheating on you with. You woke up, you had a big old bump, and it wasn't the bump you wanted to have. Buy your sack. Manscaped is dedicated to helping you level up your full body grooming game. The grooming package I highly recommend is Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package is a Lawnmower 4.0. This electric trimmer is a bush's worst nightmare. This trimmer is designed to reduce grooming accidents and shave hair on loose skin. So if your balls look like a kiwi, don't worry, it won't hit the wee-wee. It's basic landscaping. When you trim the hedges, the tree stands taller. Second best tool in Performance Package is the Weed Whacker. This fine-tuned nose, ear, hair trimmer will make sure your nasty nose pubes are under control. Instantly, add some pep in your step with the Crop Preserver, Ball Deodorant, and the Crop Reviver Spray-On Testy Toner. With a Performance Package purchase, you get 2 free gifts: the Shed Travel Bag and the patent High Performance Reduced Chaffing Manscaped Boxers. They have a bunch of other products on their website to help you maximize your confidence in the grooming game. Look, guys, if you want to step up and you want to keep up, you don't want your balls looking like a lawn that came out on training day, go to manscaped.com. You get 20% off free shipping with our code TakeAShower at manscaped.com. Kate Bush may be trending at the moment, but your bush needs some help. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com. Use promo code TakeAShower. It's time you level up from the Amazon to the Amadon with the ultimate bushwhacking tools from Manscaped. All I want to do is a zoom, zoom, zoom and get some boom, boom. Manscaped.com. Late. And we're back like a hood rat in a Cadillac waiting for the sizzag. George Perez Stories is also brought to you by Gunther's, located in downtown Santana. They got 2 stores, a store off of Broadway, a store off of Main, Chicano owned. And hey, you know what? If you're proud and you got a job, you got a low rider, you're working, and you're like, ¿sabes qué? I still want to dress with my pride. We got Pendletons, Ben Davis, Dickies, Hush Puppies, Imperials. We got the suits you wear when you go to court and the judge gives you less time. Hit up Gunther's, located in downtown Santana. They got a store for Broadway and a store for Maine. And if you don't live in Orange County and you still want some stuff, they got a website. Go ahead and check them out, www.gunthers.com, and keep mentioning my name because that's how they keep giving me free Pendletons.
Don't say George Lopez.
Yes, don't say George Lopez. At that time, I don't want you to remember.
It's George.
Right? And
It
we're
is.
back with Juan Escobedo and Popeye in the building.
All right.
Orale.
Is that the biggest request you get? Like when Dave Chappelle did a Rick James?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, I'm Rick James, bitch. Like, is that what you get everywhere you go?
Yes, sir. Please say it. You know. So,
In front of grandmas, y tías.
Oh my God! I'm in the bathroom taking a piss.
That's
Comes
hilarious.
up next to me. Say it, huh?
Damn, wow, you have it out.
Yes.
But is that the only line, the choncho, or are there other lines that they want you to
Oh,
say?
there's others.
Yeah.
There's favorites, but that's the number one.
That
it's
is, dude.
Yeah, the bow-legged line goes over really well too. I like that one. The time to suck his pee-pee.
Yeah, you knew that was good still. Real good.
Does that translate to your cameos?
Listen, I have fun on the cameos.
Yeah.
I mean,
What's the craziest request you got on the cameo so far?
craziest request? Yo, Papa. My dad's a little bit depressed because he's back in jail. So could you give him a pep talk?
So the good part is you're refreshed. You got the cameo going, and you guys got this festival where you're doing the screening for Blood In, Blood Out.
That's right.
And that's the East LA Film Festival, September 30, October 1. So I said this earlier, September 30 is Blood In, Blood Out, 4 o'clock, meet and greet, 4 to 5:30.
What day does that land on? September 30th?
That's a Friday.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Friday at 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, meet and greet. And then we have October 1st, we have 5 blocks starting at 12.
Okay.
The focus is a little bit of mental health, suicide prevention, because we did partner with the Department of Mental Health, Los Angeles. I needed a partner because I have no money, but they got money. And it goes well with the films and what I do in the community. And I do want to promote one film. I wanted to promote all the films, but we have Love, who's Rochelle's friend.
Okay. What's Love?
Alex Alfaro.
What is this about?
It's about puppets. And
shit,
puppets
puppet love?
becoming humans and looking for the sunset, right? Is that the sunset? Yeah.
Oh, wow.
In Boyle Heights.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Humans can't even find the sunset.
Right, in Boyle Heights. Or East LA, right?
Mr. Little Puppet.
Yeah.
Remember we had them on?
Yeah.
El Triste. We had on El
Triste.
Triste.
Yeah,
Have you heard of El Triste?
Yeah, I've heard of it, yeah. And then the other film I really want to promote is Las Rosies. Las Rosies are the Rosie the Riveters that worked in World War II, but this is the Latina Rosies the Riveters. So it's a documentary.
So Rosie
on
Perez and her sisters?
Rosie Perez and her sisters. Well, not quite, but yeah, Rosie the Riveters. And it's based on, the documentary is on the Latina women that worked in World War II. That
Like as far as building the bullets,
building
or
the
warehouses.
planes, yeah, and they really go into the history. One thing that got to me when I watched the film was that they weren't allowed to talk to anyone, none of the Rosies, and I was like, "What?" So you have to come and watch the film so you can get a little bit of insight into.
They're like, we just made the nuclear war tips.
Yeah,
we can't talk to nobody.
No.
it was crazy. And then there's a few films here, but the other one's called Abuelita's Kitchen, and is the Abuelitas of East LA in Boyle Heights, and they talk about food. It's a really sweet documentary as well. So closing night would be Block 5, The Rosies, Abuelita's Kitchen, and The Beaver Boys.
That is a funny film.
Yeah, The Beaver Boys. You want to say what it's about? Because I kind of forgot. But
Well, it's about two.
but no, it's about the environment.
Well, Juan, it's good to know you're so deeply invested in your content.
No, I watched that film was in competition with me in San Diego with Marisol.
Oh, wow.
So that's how I but it was
Give it
it's about the
respect.
environment, yeah. And I said you got to submit the film to our festival and to his festival.
Yeah,
So-
but it's hysterical. It's a comedy.
Okay.
And it's these two guys, and they kind of team up at a summer camp, and one is Asian. He's very Asian, and they play it. You know, it's, and he partners up with this Latino guy
Wow.
to save the environment. And they go around.
Sounds like a Filipino.
But it's a great little film.
It's
18
very
minutes. It's educational. It's funny. And what he says, you got to entertain before you educate. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then there's Lodo, which is about...
Lodo means mud.
Lodo means mud, but I'm just trying to find a way to describe this film. But it's a
Sticky and
homemade.
dark?
No, it's sort of magical realism. And it's a kid that falls into a mud pond or whatever.
Kind of like what's that movie with Johnny Depp, dog, where the rabbit hole they fall in?
Yeah. So he falls into the mud.
Alice in
And then
Wonderland?
Yeah, because it falls in the mud might be a rabbit hole.
Okay.
So that falling into the mud leads this little boy to have a connection with his mother, who passed away.
Are all these short films, or we're talking 2 hours long?
Not 18
We're talking,
minutes.
no, these are all from 5 minutes to 28 minutes.
Okay.
And it's 2-hour blocks. We have 5 blocks starting at 12 all the way up to 8 o'clock. And come for the red carpet, man. The red carpet.
I would love to be there, bro.
We're going to have some Catrinas walking around.
I'm gonna be there.
Those with the Catrinas. Hopefully, we'll start a documentary with him that day. Where we document him arriving on a lowrider and then walk into the red carpet. And
Am I allowed to show up with a lowrider?
you want to?
Yeah, we got one.
Can you get 2?
I could probably get you guys some.
I still haven't gotten the first one.
Trust me.
Half the followers on here got low rider.
Yeah,
dog.
hey,
Okay.
watch out. Check it out. If you have a lowrider that's won a trophy and you want to take Popeye to the screening, do they get tickets to go watch? If they
Let me know in advance how many tickets.
How many lowriders you need?
We need about 3 or 4.
Look it, we need 5 lowriders.
5 lowriders.
Rochelle has to pull up in one too.
She
right?
does. Yeah, she does. Ruca Roja. That's what he called her.
Yeah.
Pressing the
Hey,
switches. Pressing
Look
the
it,
switches.
hey, if you're a car club and everything, it's a dream for you, homie. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? And this is for the community, guys. They do a great thing. They raise awareness on topics that people are scared of.
Yeah. Yes.
Go ahead.
So also buy tickets, and if you buy a ticket, donate what you can. All the proceeds will go back to the nonprofit for next year. And our events are free. The kids come first, so the kids, we're gonna have food, we're gonna have activities. So if you see a kid in back of you, bring him to the back of the line and make sure he's first.
To the front of the line.
To the front of the line. If you see him in the back of the line, bring him to the front of the line.
Okay.
Okay.
Don't kick him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I want to mention is that we will be documenting Carlos for his documentary. I hope we talked about it, but we haven't signed anything. So you will have to sign a release for the film.
There's going to be a lot of people that are on release.
That are on release. If you're on release, bring your release. Yeah. So this event is for the community, is for the families, for the kids. We want to inspire them to stay out of trouble, and that's why we have films, activities, so that they can be inspired and hopefully not get into trouble.
Well, Juan, you sound like an established filmmaker that really had to fight his way, not with creativity, but on getting through the door. What advice do you give for someone listening right now that's a Chicano young and they don't know where to start, or a lot of us are just scared to fail before we start.
Yeah, you gotta fail, man. In theater, they teach us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta
I
fail.
wish I was in theater.
Yeah, you gotta fail before you can succeed, and you're gonna fuck it up most of the time. But through messing it up, you're gonna learn your lessons. And I say that if you want to be a filmmaker, director, actor, just keep at it. 1 hour a day, 30 minutes a day, whatever it may be. Just keep doing it. And I do want to say that if you don't have the eye when you make a film, because we see a lot of films, and a lot of the films are they need
Mediocre.
I don't want to say that, because to make a film, it's hard to make a film.
I know.
And anybody that makes a film, props to you. But you got to have a team that can tell you and be honest with you. This sucks. You need to change it.
Okay.
So
I
that's
feel you.
As someone young, can you start off making shorts on Instagram and making some good shit and then getting picked up?
Oh, yeah.
Because that would be my idea. I'm like, yo, I want to make some cool shit on Instagram.
Yeah.
Tag homeboy. Maybe he sees it and like, hey, come work for me.
Some of the videos I see on Instagram and TikTok, I'm like, wow.
There's some good people. Yeah, there's some good
yeah,
people
they do it on the
shit.
phone, and the editing and it's just it blows my mind. So just keep at it and don't give up, and you're gonna get a lot of doors slammed in your face, but just keep at it.
Okay.
That's all you got to do. And if somebody says no, somebody belittles you, somebody insults you, just let it slide up your back and keep going.
As far as attitude, you have to be someone willing to work with, huh? Like likable and get along and be understandable.
There's a thing called fake it till you make it. I don't believe in that.
Not Charles.
Yeah, I don't believe in that because I get a lot of people that trying to fake it and then it's time for them to deliver and you're like, dude, I thought you said you could skate. I thought you said you could cry, or I thought you said, and it's like, don't fake it till you make it. Just be honest. That's my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah, because you don't want to develop a bad reputation either.
It's a small industry.
It's a small industry, and people will talk about you. If somebody messes with me, I will say something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
That's why I keep saying, don't be an asshole.
Don't be an asshole.
Nobody has time.
Yeah.
Nobody. The pressure is the time pressure is always there. The budget pressures are always there, and everything. And you just don't need somebody that's going to hold everything up on whatever while they masturbate and be a diva and shit like that.
And don't be a diva, man. Don't be a diva. Yeah. Just be nice. Just be nice. People want to work with nice people that are likable.
The only bad rep I got is like, yo, dog, George is gonna do coke in front of everybody. I just do that sometimes.
But are you going to share though? That's the thing.
No, I get better. You get better. Yeah, it's weird.
But do you share the coke?
Of course.
Okay. And he shows you the test that got no fentanyl on it. You're good.
Okay.
He's safe. He's good. You're good.
I'm like, hey, fool. I brought this shit on OfferUp. They said it's Charleno's backpack. He was in the tunnel.
Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me.
Nah,
thank you,
for
Carlos.
having
thank
me
you,
too.
Rochelle. Thank you, producer.
Yeah. Do you have anything else coming up you want to promote?
Yeah, so at Vincent Price, when you watch the 12 o'clock block, there's a little promo for a film I did called Sobrevivir.
Okay.
And it's screening at the Vincent Price Museum next door. You can watch it there that day, or you can come back and watch it. It's with Fong Hyun, a friend of mine who's an artist. And she was commissioned to do an art installation at General Hospital, which, no, Blind and Bladder is not General Hospital, right? There's no scenes there. That was the other.
No,
movie.
they say he goes.
There is. When he goes.
Yes.
When Cruz gets his back.
Yeah. So that installation, she was commissioned to do. That installation is an apology to the over 200 women that were coercively sterilized at the General Hospital.
Wow.
What does that mean?
Without their consent.
Without their consent.
Without their consent.
They didn't know their tubes were being tied.
Oh wow!
So that happened to 240 women.
They thought it was like something else. Another.
No, they would just they wouldn't tell them what it was. They would just say sign here, and because they didn't speak English, they would just sign.
Yeah.
But we did a documentary on the making of Sobrevivir, the sculpture, and some of the interviews that we did, which just blow your mind away. You know, when you see documentaries where people are just talking, and you're like, oh my god, just shut up. This one, they talk a lot, and you're like this. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that to those women. It's a powerful film. It's a powerful exhibit at the Vincent Price Museum.
That's great. Yeah. Popeye, you have some stuff coming up.
Well, I got my festival coming up in November. And as you can tell, we collaborate and we exchange properties and stuff like that. Last year, we actually did the festival together. That's awesome. We called it Take Two. This year, the dates, didn't line up as well. But, so mine is around the corner. I'll be doing the Panamanian International Film Festival in November
19th and 20th.
November 19th and 20th.
Does that mean we get you in October? The end of October?
You'll get me
in a wheelchair.
I'll be back.
No, we'll get it in 2023.
Yeah.
All right. We'll save him.
Yeah. I'll be back. Tooting that horn. And that's kind of like the main thing I have creatively going on, because I'm going to take a break.
Good.
Because
on vacation, going to Panama.
I'm going to go to Panama. I just bought a place down there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Congrats. Came through?
Finally.
Oh, okay.
Finally.
Congratulations.
Signed the papers this week.
Oh, good. Congratulations.
So,
Is Rochelle going with you?
No. Kidding me?
Ruca Roja has to go with you, man.
No.
Cameo
I got the Ruca Rubia down there.
I need you to take my name off the list.
No, but you know what I'm going to do, and you got to sign up for this. I'm bringing a filmmaker down there.
Yeah, you told me about it. Yeah.
Wow.
To shoot in Panama.
Yeah.
And probably going to do it in February. And he's working on the script right now.
Your documentary. We got to shoot something over
Well,
there.
dude. I mean,
Popeye in Panama.
bring your camera, dude. And I'm serious. So we'll talk. We'll talk. So because I'm thinking about splitting. Being there half the year up here.
Hey, you know what? Refresh. You want it? You go get it.
Yeah,
You earned it.
Yeah,
you did. You earned it. Come on.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, and there's nothing like the homeland. I don't have to tell you that.
No, yeah. I can't wait to go back to Santa Ana.
Yeah.
I can't wait to go back to Orange.
Oh, yeah. Well, I heard about all the good times you had there, so I don't blame you.
But I look forward to working with you. I want to work with you on your script.
We are. We are. It's a good
Carrasco.
connection.
Yeah.
No, this is good. This is good. I'm glad that we got the little group together here.
Yes.
And
I want to bring you guys back because you guys' opinions are so valid and strong.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, when we come back to do my festival,
Yes.
Juan can come, and then then I'll do all the talking, and he can shut up.
Yeah, he's good at talking. So
Hey, I want to say thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank
this
you.
platform is always here for you and whoever you feel like can bless us.
All right.
So gracias.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
And then
thank
I got
you.
one more question.
Yeah.
Where can they find anything on YouTube? Anything on Netflix from yours? Like, because
No,
I'm
not
gonna
yet.
get blessed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get blessed with the Marisol thing, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, shoot it over." I can't.
No, Marisol, no, but Papi Papiloma, Gary Ganaria, Lita Chlamydia, they're on YouTube. On my YouTube channel, is that what they call it?
Yeah.
So if you just Google Juan Escobedo, Papi Papiloma, Gary Ganaria, it'll pop up.
There you go. Go check it out, guys.
Also, I will be at the Comedy Store September 23rd, this Friday. It is in the Belly Room. There's like maybe 15 tickets left. Grab that. Also, November 2nd, I will be in New York at the Sony Theater featuring for Joey Diaz. They might add a second show because the first show sold out. Also, October 10th, I'm at the Comedy Store, the Re-Up with Ryan Sickler, and it's sold out, but they're going to do a standby line. Also, November 18th through the 20th, I will be in Austin at the Volcom. November 21st, I will be doing Kill Tony at the Volcom as well. And new stuff coming out, guys. Hey, look, I know that you listen, I know that you like, and I know Cholos don't be like to tell what to do, but just hit the like button, Holmes. Throw me a little like, dog. Throw me a little comment. Make fun of me or go with me. This is George Perez Stories. Xavier, what do you have going on?
Just thank you guys for coming on.
Yes.
Thank you.
Like, yeah, you guys are always like, I learned shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Thank you for your research.
Of course.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming on. We'll see you guys soon.
Yep. This is George Perez Stories, episode 287.
Yes.
Yeah.
With that
All
being
right.
said, take a shower, brown power, late. Oh.
Boy.